Hi there, my name's Chloe and I'm a solicitor at Ridley and Hall Solicitors. I'm joined with Emma Hopkins-Jones, who is a solicitor and partner at Ridley and Hall Solicitors. And today we're going to be talking about the Yorkshire Business Charter on domestic abuse. So Emma, what is the Yorkshire Business Charter on domestic abuse?
Yeah, thanks, Chloe. So I've got a copy of it here. I don't know if you can see that. But the Yorkshire Business Charter is something that's been created by IDAS, who are a great organisation that support survivors of domestic abuse in North and South Yorkshire. And it's been created in conjunction with Ros Jones, who's an author and campaigner about domestic abuse. And what it does is those who sign up to it commit to 5 actions that they as a business will take. And those are becoming domestic abuse aware as an organisation. And that involves training staff to increase awareness and being able to identify domestic abuse and increase their knowledge and understanding. The second action is to provide an effective response. So that's supporting colleagues if there is a disclosure of domestic abuse, and making clear what support measures the organisation has in place in those circumstances. It's also a commitment to provide safe spaces at a place of work for those who may be experiencing domestic abuse, so that they can make necessary phone calls or just take some time out. There's also a commitment to challenge attitudes and beliefs, and domestic abuse is really underpinned by sexism and misogyny, and it's to call out those behaviours if they are identified in the workplace, and to provide training to staff to enable them to feel confident in doing that. And then finally, it's a commitment to providing visible support. So that would be displaying the Yorkshire Business Charter around the office, sharing information, perhaps internally, about the measures in place, signposting for victims about other support that may be available.
That's great, thanks Emma. Why do you think that domestic abuse is an issue that businesses should be concerned about?
Well, a lot of people don't know that many victims of domestic abuse are actually targeted in the workplace. It's estimated that between 35% and 75% of victims are targeted whilst they're at work. So it's a real issue that businesses need to be aware of. Sometimes work can be a safe place for those who are experiencing domestic abuse at home, but with the advent of hybrid working and home working, those lines are blurred, and so really since the COVID-19 pandemic and the way that a lot of workplaces have changed, businesses really need to be much more alive to the kind of environment that their employees might be working in, and to think about measures that they can put in place to make sure that everyone can work safely at work.
Great stuff. And why have Ridley and Hall signed up to the Yorkshire Business Charter?
As a large part of the work we do at Ridley and Hall is in the area of family law and care proceedings. Sadly, we see the impact of domestic abuse through the work that we do with our clients on a regular basis. But we have to be aware that statistically speaking, it's very likely that our staff may at some point in their lives also experience or know people around them that are experiencing domestic abuse. So we want to be really at the forefront of supporting our colleagues and providing them with a safe and a great place to work.
Great stuff. And what will Ridley and Hall be doing to implement the charter?
Starting from the beginning of next year, the family team at Ridley and Hall are going to be leading internal training for our colleagues, whilst those of us who work within family and care have a lot of exposure to domestic abuse and a good understanding of the issues. That's not the case for our colleagues across the firm who work in other areas of the business. and we will also be reviewing our internal policies to make sure that we can live up to the commitments in the Charter in terms of providing safe spaces, clear information and the right support for our colleagues. And we felt it was really important to do this week, which marks the end of the 16 days of action against domestic violence, which is an international campaign to raise awareness of domestic violence and to try and support action against that. So that's why we're talking about it this week, and we'll be implementing those measures ourselves over the next year.
Great. Well, that's great, Emma. That's been really insightful. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Chloe. It's been great to talk to you.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.